Hello everyone, my name is Riley and this is the RDW Glass YouTube channel. If you're interested in glass blowing content, come back here every single Tuesday for new videos. If you're interested in daily content, my Instagram is RDW_glass. There I post daily content, including auctions, raffles, and dibs on ways to purchase the glass. I also have rdw-glass.com, which is where we have the logo stickers as well as mats available for purchase, and some glass is available on the website, like a few sliders as well as some pendants. Heck yeah. Alright, today we're going to be going over how to use reamers. We have gone over what a brass reamer is in the past, and now we're going to use the other reamer option, which is graphite. Today I have a few graphite reamers, and what better day to use the graphite reamers than a day when I just cut some tubing that I need to polish off. Got some little devil's nails right there. You gotta be careful for those. So we're going to polish these ends off. Yep, polish those ends. And we're going to use these to open them, and we're going to explore each of these four. And I was thinking about adding these into the mix today because these are both graphite too, but these are bowl pushes, which is different than the reamer. So bowl push. I think I did a video on how to do a bowl push. I did a bowl push video, how to use a bowl push. Simply, we're going to take this, let's adjust this so we're up in the visuals. Getting the glass hot. And we'll use our smaller one first. Alright, let's get into it. You see, we were able to get that in there. Like the other tools, we try to just use the tool itself to do everything we need to do. And this side is going to be the side we put our lips on. So we also want it to be the right size to fit in our blow tube. So that's about the size that we're looking for right there. Cool. And that how we use the smaller reamer. Now to use the next size up, we might have to, or we're going to use the smaller reamer. Ooh, I thought that was going to be hot for some reason. I'll do a link to each of the reamers in the description. Time to use the next size reamer. We'll go to this one. Boom, perfect way to explain why brass can be better than graphite. So even though I use the graphite more, the brass won't break. And right here you can see that this is smoothed out. Well, it was all like that, but it chipped down here, and then I ended up using a sander to, you know, a spinning wheel sander to sand that down back into a point. But ever since then, I've used this a lot less because it's not at the point that it was where I liked it. So definitely can be a bad thing about graphite tools is the graphite breaks. I've had that happen to joint holders as well, where this touched the flame, and this part touched the flame and it cracked. It was really cold outside, and so I guess the temperature change, well, I know that the temperature change is what made it happen, but that kind of sucks because, like, you know, you got a glass blowing tool, you put it in the heat and it cracked. You're like, okay, well, what the heck? Okay. Nice. So this won't be used for our mouthpiece, obviously, because it's all huge. But yeah, that's the second reamer and how it kind of can make it. But if you buy this, it's not going to look like this because, once again, the tip cracked. So I tried to shave it back down into a tip, and that's why we have this look. And that's why it looks like this in there. Alright, and let's go to this one. Once again, that smaller reamer is key to be able to open these holes in the first place. So this one would be your go-to at first. And I'm keeping each of these I'm allowing each of these only to open up so much with the tool, but if you wanted to, you could take this, angle it, and open this up as wide as any of the other reamers as well. So at a certain point, you know, this will do you good for a long time. And if you can see, this one's also shaved down because of a tip breaking. So, let's go to this one now. This one's still intact. It had a flat piece in the beginning, so there was no tip to snap. And this, you see, we use this to make I like the hole size. Like, if you put this in, and like right about here, if you saw our video last week on how to make a rig, that's the hole size that I like for the airflow. In between the joint section and the freaking downstem. this is our fourth reamer. And this one, I usually put this inside of my slides. And I like the thickness that the slides get at the depth of my bowl, which is about there. Depth of my bowl. Ooh. A little creasing going on there. Nice and creasy. Not gonna leave that creasing. Interesting. Unusable. Alright, this one, we're just going to show you the extent of how far this can go out. When you think about it, close that up right there, pop a hole here, now you got a single hole one hitter, which we have a video on how to make one hitters. Alright, keep your mind focused. So it's like, do you really need those? Yeah, you do, because you'll use them in different ways. And you'll also use them when you get to bigger glass too. Like on the rig last week, you know that we needed the different sizes. But you can see that alone, the smaller one can do plenty for us. That's what she said. It's funny, I was just about to click end. Boom. Always make sure you're wearing proper glasses. Always make sure you have proper ventilation. The L Marver. The L right here, Marver. Made by Griffin Glass. That's one of the most useful things you see me use all the time. It's made out of graphite and it's sturdy as can be. So when I spoke on, and the reason I bring that up is because these are made by Griffin Glass as well, and yes, I spoke on how this broke and this one broke, but I've been using these for years now. Not 4 years, but I've been using them many years now, and they have held up very well. The squared ones, there was no tip to break, so both of these, there has not been any breaking problem. But both of these, there has not been any breaking problem. But these two, the two with the tip that I have, both of them have snapped. And I have had to take it to the little sand wheel we have. It just spins really fast, and I'll just touch it to the spinning wheel and let it angle. But still, the way that the Griffin Glass had it angled when it was made was perfect. And it made the perfect shape. And now the one that I grinded up doesn't it doesn't pull off the same shape that I want. This one still stayed exactly how I wanted it somehow. Like, this one works perfect and I use it all the time. I even use it to like do my slide holes and stuff sometimes. Just because of how versatile it is. You saw that we actually needed this one to be able to use these ones anyways, because we needed to get the smaller tubing open enough. If you're using bigger tubing in the first place, then you might not need these unless your tubing's closed off and you pop the hole and the hole's not big enough for you to put these in there. Then you do need a smaller reamer. Alright. That's a review on graphite reamers, but we're also going to show you. So this was the first one, and that we made just using this, and we, just brought it out a little bit, showing that you can, create a smaller opening and use this perfectly to put your lips on as your blow tube, and also to put your blow hose thing on there, the rubber grommet, this thing that slips right on there. Next, we used this one, and we showed you, instead of how we put this in here and we did like an angle like that, so now you see that that's what this size is. We have this size that we did next. The next one we used is this, and we stuck that in there at an angle instead of doing the size of it, because the size of this would have ended up being similar to the size of this, as you see, fits in there. So that's why we used the fact that this one was bigger than the last to kind of angle out. You could see that this one came out a little wonky, but that's because we were pushing down with this and it is squared off. It's not like rounded like these two, so it created a smudging right there. But once again, it's okay. And for bowls, that's perfect because you already have that shape in there. That's like this, it doesn't morph it at all, it helps you. So this is perfect for bowl, not hand pipe bowls, slide bowls. And so you see we put this one in here, did a little rotating. And then last but definitely not least, we showed the extent of just what the small reamer can do, and why I suggest you just grab one of these when you're first starting your glass blowing. Just get a small reamer at first. You don't need to get the whole reamers and everything. You just get yourself some tweezers, reamer, a paddle. We're gonna go over each of the tools, and then once I've done all of those videos, I will do a top 10 tool video. And I've brought this up in every single tool talk because I want you guys to know that top 10 list is coming, but I do want to, go over each tool. That way I can reference that each of the tools that I'm referencing has a video specifically to it. Look at that perfect roundness. Look how beautiful. Little base or a wine glass or a mini shot glass. Could put make it as a base. I just keep seeing a little mini base out of this. Heck yeah. Alright. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you guys learned something about another tool, which was brass. I keep almost calling it brass. Keep calling it brass, not almost. The Graphite Reamer, and brass is clearly a brass color, so it's different than the Graphite Reamers. All made by Griffin Glass. Shout out to them for knowing what to do. And heck yeah. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in. Stay safe. Make sure you come back every single Tuesday if you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't seen 60-something videos, then you haven't seen them all. We have over 60 videos posted, starting more than a year ago. So definitely take the time to go check those out. Especially some of the earlier videos, I covered some kind of important basics that if you don't check out, then you might just breeze past some of the stuff that you might need to know. So I have playlists set up on my channel where you can click the Tool Talk playlist, and I have a Let It Play playlist, and that playlist consists of every single video I've done. So, and you can change the way that they're sorted on there. So if you click sort by, you know, oldest to newest, you know, oldest first, then you'll be able to see the first videos, and you'll be able to watch them in order, or you can hit shuffle and just go through all of the different videos that I've posted ever, because the Let It Play has them all in there. Other than the Tool Talk, I think there's a slide handle playlist, and that consists of stuff that would be considered handles for the slides. Even some of just the monster creations also worked into, you know, being considered handles for the slides. So definitely, like, if you're watching the video right now and you got more time, check out the playlists and see if there's one that catches your attention. Alright, this will be in the Tool Talk playlist. Stay safe, everybody. Happy melting, and peace.